Hey, 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 what do you say? It's reality TV Tarot. Hey, I watched the latest of Married to Medicine, and it was the one where Eugene is being the peacemaker with Toya. Though, when he said, okay, Toya, what do you do that you can take accountability for? She said a few things, but she's still real skirted. Like, I shouldn't listen to other ladies, this and that. To me, she didn't go deep into it. We really don't know what the issue is. We don't know if why she uh, basically was so embarrassing to yell at your husband like that in front of everybody. Is it so she could still be on the show? This is for entertainment purposes only. And we have our guy to open Akasha Records. Let's do some shadow work. And this one's on Eugene. How do I give my power away? Uh, he's driving hours to commute for a job, probably working 2 jobs. To keep them in a lifestyle that the wife wants, and then she just totally is, um it's borderline emotional abuse of how she yells at him at that party. Maybe it's how she talks. Okay, we're gonna set our attentions. Alrighty, today, I wanna know how Eugene gives his power away, because when he was being the peacemaker with her, he invites her down to play pool. He initiates it starting off. She doesn't come out and say, God, I'm so sorry how I treated you last night. I think she was still pissed about it. She wants him to stand up and be the leader. Like, what, really? I think Toya, you've been the big leader in the house for a while. Okay, so how does Eugene give his power away to Toya to stay in that marriage? He's staying in that marriage for some reason. The first one is, how does he give his power away? Indecision. We got the 2 of Swords. That's I hear no evil, I see no evil. La 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 la. All the chaos of the waters are behind me. Listen to your inner voice when you make decisions. But this is saying he's indecisive, he's confused. He doesn't want to listen to his inner voice. He wants to ignore it. Why does he give his power away? Ooh, the 3 of Swords upside down. He gives it away by forgiveness and moving on. He doesn't here he would have heartbreak and suffering. He's saying, let's just move on. And you could see that by the way he was being the peacemaker, moving on. He didn't really put, say to Toya, look, how you're treating me, and especially, is not how I want to live my life. You got to do something about it. But he didn't. Instead, he's just moving on. What does it cost him? Another upside down card. Stress. So this is the 4 of Swords. It would be, a rest card. But upside down, it's restlessness, stress, burnout. Yeah. How long can he keep up that long commute? Although, if he's away from the house 4 nights, maybe that does give him a time to rest. But right now, it's saying it costs him potential burnout in the marriage. Who wants to come home and have to hear all that chaos and shouting at me? I'd be like, I've been working hard all day to come home and put up with this. I think he has for years, and I wonder how long he's going to take it. How can he reclaim his power? Another upside down. Here's the priestess, high priestess. Listen to your inner voice. It was upside down. To reclaim it, he to look at his lack of self-trust, to look what his inner voice and secrets. He needs to get in touch with him. I don't know. In the beginning of the relationship, I don't remember, but I have heard that or seen on TV that he'd come home after a full day of work and then have to cook dinner. Like, what? What was Toya wanting to be the princess to just go play tennis at the country club? Huh. Let's see if there's an emotional block that's holding Eugene. Because, or is he just so used to it? But I'm telling you, most of us would walk into that and go, what? I'm out of here. Of course, having a couple kids, you don't just leave a marriage that easily. The block to his his block is a 7 of Pentacles. He needs to stop. This is what the card's suggesting. To stop and look back at his achievements, his hard work, his progress in life. He needs to self-validate him. This is what the card's suggesting. Why is the emotional block there? Another upside down one, the 8 of Pentacles. It's there because he's unfocused and careless and not putting enough meaning on his value. Because if it was here, he would have passion and high standards. And in here, he's like, I would wonder if Eugene's upbringing, if he saw the females in his childhood family of origin yelling and screaming. Maybe he's used to it from there. How does his emotional block affect him? They're all upside down. Oh, living beyond means. Does that mean they're financially live beyond means? I think we saw that before when they owed tax money. This is like enjoy all the rewards from your hard work. And it's turned in reverse. And it's like you're living beyond means in your obsession with work. Like, I wonder if they take family vacations, if they relax and have fun with the kids. I wonder if Eugene and Toya go on couple vacations. How do they reunite their passion? I would wonder. Right now it affects him because he's obsessed with work and making money just to keep up with paying the bills. The card's suggestion of how he can heal, geez, the 10 of Pentacles. If it was like this way, it's like everything comes to fruition. But it's upside down, saying to him, it's a fleeting success. How to heal is to recognize that all this hard work and putting up with all that yelling is just a fleeting success. It really isn't emotionally fulfilling you. It'll be interesting when the boys are graduate and go to college, what will happen. I'd like to know, how does Toya and um, Eugene, how do they keep the flame going in their marriage? How do they keep the passion going? We all know they've had trouble in their marriage. I don't know how much it's solved, but they seem to be better this time around. But Toya still doesn't get it with all that yelling and all that demands she puts on him. Gee, he had to do all the peacemaking, you know? If he hadn't invited her down to try to do a peacemaking conversation, wonder if she would have initiated it eventually. Let's just see what a little spread says about how are those two when they're together to try to keep the passion, the connection in their marriage. Let's see what it says. Five of Cups. There's a lot of grief to do this. See, the cups are down here, and there's two still standing, but there's a bridge between the water. So, good grief. How do we keep this marriage together? It is Six of Pentacles. The exchange of resources. Like, hey, Eugene, you go make money, and I can stay home, raise the kids, and then obviously Toya's making money now since she's been on the show. But it's all material stuff. How do they get filled emotionally? I mean, material stuff only goes so far. But if you don't feel genuine love from your partner, Six of Swords, escaping. I think one of them wants to escape. Conflict all around the one person who at times will say, gee, I just want to get out of this situation. Oh, the devil. They both feel captive. They're captive in this lifestyle of, you know, captivity of the money, of the material, of the expensive house. It's all physical material stuff. It's captive into a lifestyle that is not meaningful. Page of Cups. This reminds me of one of them thinks like when we were young. Here we go. When the fish comes out of the cup, that's an unexpected emotional message coming. An unexpected emotional message coming for one of them. One of them is going to experience an unexpected emotional news to their heart. The Knight of Cups. Well, this was Eugene on the peacemaking, charming, Knight of Cups here. I've come for emotional peacemaking to try to resolve the conflict from the other day. This is Eugene. This is what role he plays in their marriage. Trying to be the peacemaker, the fight for the cause on the emotional level. Here, I bring my emotions. Let's talk about what happened and what we can do differently. But the getaway, it's not so much trickery. It's like at a certain point, there's so much conflict on their shoulders. You leave two behind. And it's like, at a certain point, I got to get away from this. I wonder if, what stress does it have on the body of Eugene? It would be interesting to know. 9 of Cups. I could see Toya at this. I'm going to be the content one. Look at all. The cups to me remind me of trophies. Look at all the trophies I have from our union together. I'm the merchant. Look at all the trophies I have. Ah, but then here comes an idea of conflict, of the truth coming. The sword is double-edged. One of them is going to have that emotional surprise come to them. Emotional clarity. I don't know when, but it might be Eugene. One of them's going to have emotional clarity. Because this is the opportunity for the truth to come out. The truth of their emotions. Someone has an opportunity. This is material gains. Nine of Pentacles is your earth. This is Toya. I got look at the dog. He has to be highly groomed to look that way. This is the life she wants to live. Luxury. You need to provide that for me. Well, she probably provides it now for herself. I think this is Eugene saying, man, what else do I have to do to keep this fire and marriage going? Fire, the wands, the wood element. Because look at, he has some injuries. He's all beat up inside his heart or his ego over and over. I don't know how long they've been together. A divine timing for the angel to come by. This could go with this. It's right over it. The sword of truth, where there's an opportunity for peace and harmony and balance, for the truth to come out about how someone's emotions really feel. I don't know when we'll see it, but eventually I would be surprised if Eugene puts up with Toya's yelling at him for the rest of his life. I think he's waiting for the divine timing to happen. And it might be when the kids are closer going in high school and going to college. All right, thank you. And we'll see what happens next week of Married to Medicine. Bye-bye.